Hi, we are back with more Invent Animate. The sun sleeps as if it never was. This is the official music video. It lasts for 10.5 minutes, so I'll try to be short and concise in between the stops here. We're just gonna jump right into it. Invent Animate. The sun sleeps as if it never was, which by the way is an EP. Let's go. Great start to the song. I feel like every Invent Animate song has a great start to it. Always with like this fantastic build up, and you're really eager to see where that's going to take you. And it doesn't disappoint in any regard. When Marcus screams, he sounds so genuine. He sounds like he is in pain, like he means everything, like everything goes out there, and that is awesome. We'll try to decipher the visuals as well, but we haven't gotten so far yet, so it's a little hard to say still, but obviously two people with a lot of silence between them and a little gloomy. So let's see where it goes. Let's continue. Alright, cool. I feel like we have gotten to see a little more and that we're sort of understanding more what the subject matter is about. And especially judging from what sounded like the chorus and also the visuals now, we're talking about drifting apart. That's what it seems like. Let's check out the lyrics quickly. Let's see here. Here's the chorus. How do you sleep at night with a war inside you? How does it feel to die knowing I've forgotten you? I've forgotten you. So that lyric, along with the visuals, it seems like they have sort of started neglecting each other, these two, and become numb to what they have. And nothing really excites them anymore, and they're not attentive to each other. When one person tries to reach out, the other one looks the other way, and vice versa. Obviously, they see each other, but they choose to look the other way. You know what I mean? That's at least what it looks like. So that's really interesting. All right, cool. Let's continue. Okay, I'm really getting into focus now. Like watching the video, it's super cool storytelling through the video, and I feel Invent Animate really knows how to do that, which is awesome. But we've seen a little more of the couple now, and it seems like they're drifting apart, still holding on to each other, but maybe they shouldn't. Maybe they shouldn't be together. Maybe they're dependent on each other. Maybe one is dependent on the other and the other doesn't want to leave. It's hard to say, but it's really cool because you get all these visuals with them like holding hands, standing back to back holding hands, so they're like connected but also not attentive. And then after a while you see her taking her hands in front of his eyes. The first thing that came to mind for me was like when you have a relationship that doesn't work and the one of the two people in that relationship maybe starts looking elsewhere, looking at other people that might spike their interest and spike some emotion that they don't get in their current relationship. Maybe the other person like keeps their hands in front of their eyes so they won't allow them to look anywhere else, right? Because you're not getting what you want from this relationship, but still, I don't want you to go out and find something else. You know what I mean? So that's sort of like the tricky part of being in a relationship sometimes. And that's what it seems like it's sort of depicting here. And it's cool. And I love when they get to that detail with the guy floating in the water. Because obviously when you're in water, you feel much lighter. And it's very relaxing to lay in water, right? So it could mean that laying in that water on his own feels like there's a weight being lifted. However, it might also mean that when he is alone in the water, that's how he really feels. Like he's close to drowning. He's like basically holding his face above the surface. So it's like, which one of those is it? Maybe it's both. I love this. I love when they do these visuals and you get to like really analyze it. Invent Animate, you're so good at making these really visually interesting videos that is like really up to interpretation for the viewer. I love it. It's great. All right. I think 414 is where the first song of the EP, The Sun Sleeps, actually ends. This was great. The start of it was really good. I appreciated that. We're gonna do a full recap of the song when we get to the end so I don't end up talking too much in between here. Let's get into the next one. What are we looking at here? All right. God damn it. It's so intense. I love it. And how they just like, you want them to find each other in that field of sunflowers. It's like they're trying, but right as they're about to touch hands, they cut. The dissatisfaction is real. But I'm so into the music video right now. It's crazy. Fantastic visuals, and also the tune playing in the background, very like ambient. That Invent Animate is so good at. Really sort of sets the tone, sets the mood. Like we've been in a place now where they have been drifting apart from each other, and now we see something, some effort in finding back to each other. I think at least that they are the same people. Seem like the same woman. Maybe it's a different guy, I don't know, but I think it's the same guy, and that they're trying to reach out, trying to find each other, trying to find some way to reconcile and figure out their issues. All right, let's continue. Oh. It seems like just let me get to myself here, collect myself a little bit. At the end of the first song we heard, you saw the guy sitting there with a single sunflower in his arms. Now that I've seen this part, the woman running through the field of sunflowers, it seems to me like that sunflower that he's holding is a representation of himself. And that she is running in a field of sunflowers. It's a representation of her going out and looking at other people, escaping the relationship that she's in. And you also saw that with the guy trying to reach out. They had their hands on the floor. He was trying to reach out, and she was pulling her arm away. So like, I don't want you. Like, I'm rejecting you. That's basically what she's doing. And then running into the field of other possibilities to maybe find some kind of an emotional connection to someone else. And it hurts. It hurts, and you feel some kind of empathy for the characters in this song and the subject matter. It's really strong. I really like it. All right, let's continue. All right. That was a real moment, like just falling into the music for me. That was perfection. Everything is getting distorted now. The flowers are getting distorted. The face of the woman was getting distorted. Kind of seems like maybe that wasn't the right choice. She even lifted her hand up, sort of reaching out of the field of sunflowers, maybe as an attempt to reach out to what she had. Maybe she's looking back at that now. I'm real excited to see like the end of the visual storytelling here. But this part in the song, holy heck, this is We're just gonna continue. I just want to take a look at the lyrics. Okay, yeah, no, this is making me emotional just reading this, but yeah. Run away. Are you so fragile? Fix the things you always break. Can you be on your own? I let you be alone. Stay inside this mess you made. Run away. So something is broken, right? It seems like someone's talking to her, perhaps, and that she is running away into the field of opportunities, as we call it. And there is some bitterness to it. It goes on to say several times in the lyrics, I can't make you change. You can be alone, left all on your own. Run away. It seems like she's the runaway, especially considering how he tried to reach out. She pulled away. She went into the field of opportunities. She seems like the runaway in this situation. So it seems like the guy in the story is trying to tell her, I am here. I am waiting. I want to reach out to you. And he is waiting there in vain. Even though she sees him, she knows he's there, maybe even reaches out and gives some kind of sign now and then, keeping him on the hook almost, but never really doing anything about it. You guys weren't playing around. This still is, we're not done. This is fucking great. I say that with, like, I'm angry with such conviction. This is really doing a number on me. All right. That was great. It is an absolute joy to listen to songs like this, where you get a full story packed in a EP that creates one single music video for all three songs, or all three tracks. And Invent Animate is so good at this. They do such a great job at doing that visual storytelling alongside with the video. And I mentioned this when we were doing the Immolation of Night video, that when someone takes full advantage of the potential that lies in a music video to create a story that enhances the experience of the audio, is something I love. And a video like this where I get to follow a super cool, intricate story of a relationship that is, where the seams are tearing is great. There are a couple things that stood out to me at the end of the music video here, or in the As If It Never Was song. The first thing is that the woman at some point looked like she was actually reaching out to him again, which is common sometimes when you have these sort of issues in relationships that you bounce back and forth, but that just hurts even more, I think. And also there was this image of her standing in the field of opportunities, as we called it. And it was just she looking at the camera, which I think is us. We are in the perspective of the person. We're in the shoes of the person who got left behind, that she left behind. You see her with all of those sunflowers around, which to me is a representation of other people that she has gone out and maybe gotten involved in romantically, sexually, I don't know. But she keeps looking back at us. For the person being exposed to this, that would just hurt even more. To see someone you love pursue someone else. Painful. Painful. The last thing that I noticed was how her face sort of got distorted. And that happened multiple times, but they also ended the video with that image. It seems like she has become like more estranged to the guy who got left behind. Like so much time has passed now that I don't recognize you as who you were. Whatever memory I have of you, especially physically, and my idea of you is getting fuzzy. So by that point, it's too late, I guess. So if anybody wanted to get back at that point, we're probably beyond that. So you're just left with the scars, and you got to move on and deal with that, which sucks. Yeah, too many people are exposed to that. If we take a quick look at the lyrics here, at the end of the song, during the breakdown, Marcus says, "You press on with a life to end. Cease to exist within. You want to be free." Which to me is like a super strong lyric. And especially that cease to exist within. Like you are willing to give up the love around you and give up what basically makes out your person and your soul by otherwise wanting freedom. Because, when you're in a relationship, you got to give up some things and you got to compromise to sort of work together. But you don't want that anymore. So all of that has sort of embodied you and become a part of you is being thrown away just because you want this idea of freedom. Fear in the eyes of your family, loss in the eyes of a lover, you give me no faith, silence. So everything's broken off. The ties with the family is broken off. Loss in the eyes of a lover, obviously, you're gone. You give me no faith. And that's where it gets real scary, because when you don't give me any faith, it is over. And then silence. It's so strong. Oh, Invent Animate, you are so good at this. And thanks to all of you who have been suggesting this. And for those of you who are still here, thank you. So I'm looking forward to checking out more. Keep giving me those suggestions, even though I have some already that I need to check out. We're going to end it there. Thank you so much for watching. You take good care of yourself, and I'll see you in the next video. Hopefully some more Invent Animate soon. Alright, goodbye.